Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, Venus and Aries, and I'm here to do a video. I'm just going to jump straight into it. This video has been requested for over 6 months. I have been hesitant. I wasn't hesitant to do it. I was going to do it eventually. But I didn't know how to go about it. I guess I didn't know what questions to ask. I didn't know where to start. I'm not really good at how to start a general reading. I'm just good at people asking me questions and bam, I will give you answers. And that's it. That's all. And so readings like these, you have to jump into them freestyle and go from there. I didn't even know what questions to ask. You know, I just told God to guide me and help me understand what questions to ask. I had people in my comments having me to ask certain questions, and I wrote those down. One person had been asking me for like months, and I'm sorry I'm just now doing this if you are still around, but I will ask your question. This video is going to be on the American slaves, the American black slaves during slavery. Okay, I have all type of decks here. I have my witch deck, I have my African goddess deck, I have my what kind of deck? Earth magic deck. I'm sorry, y'all. I have so many decks. Okay, I had to do that because that's how many decks I got. Yo, my moon deck, okay, my African Orishas tarot deck. I never used this. I never used my African Orishas tarot deck. When I first started reading like 6 years ago, this was the first deck I got, my African tarot deck. So I'm going to be reading from that. The reason why I don't read from it that much is because I'm not really big on the person who created the deck, but hopefully somebody else created a Orisha deck that's better. But this will do for now because I see beyond the cards. And I'm just going to jump straight into it because I actually have a couple of questions as well when it comes to excuse me, y'all, my son teacher better leave me alone. Let me move this phone out my way. When it comes to the American slavery, and I'm going to be doing a couple of more pre-uploads about certain topics too. I'm actually going to start doing it this week since I have a week vacation. I do want to know a couple of things myself when it comes to the American slavery. I mean, like I said, I asked the angels to freestyle me in this reading, and you know, we'll go from here. So thank you for stopping by and checking my channel out. I do a lot of celebrity readings. I do zodiac sign readings as well. I do collective readings. I usually do collective readings around the Halloween, around Halloween season. And I do readings on whatever's in the cosmos. You're going to be seeing history readings, all kind of readings. Okay, so just expect it. I don't want to spoil the details. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, the first question I had in my head when it came to slavery is, were we meant to be slaves? Was this something that was meant to happen? And I guess I want to know why. So that's going to be my first question, and then we're going to talk about what was it like, what was the energy, what was going on during. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to start with my Orisha deck. You know, my first question, were we meant, African people, were we meant to be slaves? Now, I do know, besides me doing a reading, I do know the history. I know that there were a lot of African kings, not all, but some who sold us. Some were our ancestors. Some of our ancestors were prisoners at war. Some of them were sold for money. So, like, we had cruel kings. It was a lot, okay? I feel like it's no different from other countries in somewhat, but I don't know. I feel like maybe the Africans were worse or just didn't really care about their people, some. But let's get into it deep, okay? Let's start off with that. Were African Americans meant to be slaves during the time of slavery? And then we'll get into what was it like during slavery and all that. Whoa. Okay, so this is the Five of Swords in reverse. With Ogun. Okay. He is Ogun. If you guys don't know, Ogun is the Orisha of iron, metal, blacksmithing, and things of that sort. And then Papa Legba shows up. Whoa. Oh, Four of Swords, Five of Swords. Look at this card, y'all. See how my cards don't lie? I do feel like spiritually we were meant to be slaves for that time being, but overall, and I say meant because history, I mean, the story's already written out. Even though God has given us free will and we could change the story, sometimes it, like I said, sometimes like when I tell people in readings, they're set in stone. And it's sort of like with the future, you know, even though God gave us free will, he already knows what we're going to do with that free will. And some things are set in stone. So to be honest, we were betrayed. We were betrayed. It's sort of like I was saying in my history before. We were betrayed by our own. You see, this person is being attacked and taken down and taken to the boat. Like, it's literally self-explanatory. One thing I will say is while this was going down, the Orishas was right there. Like African people, the Orishas was right there while this was going down. In this card, I don't know if you can see, but you can see Ogun trying to attack and defeat the monster, which I'm going to call that the people who were trying to enslave us. I do see our ancestors. I am black as well, but African Americans, I do see your ancestors, which are the Orishas, spiritually being there and helping us, helping our ancestors attack our enemies. All right. Thank you, Spirit. I want to clarify these three. I'm still on my question, and then I'm going to jump into the rest. Clarify each card. So I do feel like we were, and this is the Four of Swords. That's the Four of Swords in reverse. That's us. We were hidden for a while. I guess from civilization, from other, I guess from the white man, whatever you want to call that. We were like isolated. We were shut off, but we were found. This is the Four of Swords in reverse. This shows our ancestors, certain ones coming out and looking for, looking to sell, looking to trade for things. So our ancestors were looking to trade with other European countries for things. And maybe it started, at first it was things. The normal rum, sugar, tobacco, but then I feel like I'm seeing energetically that, and I also feel like the Orishas are kind of annoyed with our crooked ancestors who traded us, because I'm seeing that it's not just prisoners of war. I'm seeing that it is trading for other things. Like they was trading some of us for rum, some of us for certain other things. I'm gonna get deep into it. Look. Ooh. Excuse me, y'all. I paused. Woo. Woo woo woo. Ooh, my nose itching. Oh Lord. Okay. Quiet. A lot of women, ooh, Lord. I feel like they wanted to trade our women for something. I feel like they didn't like something about the women. and they wanted to trade women for something with the Europeans, okay, with this Empress here in reverse. Also, I'm seeing that women weren't appreciated. Women weren't looked at as creators, mother of life, mother of earth. So women were getting treated differently out there. Get some more messages. Okay, that is crazy how the King of Cups is right next to Ogun. Three of Pentacles is right next to Papa Legba. Nine of Cups. We're like, I feel like the Orishas watched us being sold and traded off with grief and sadness. You see how, especially Ogun, like something with Ogun. I'm gonna get deeper into this, y'all. Something with Ogun being upset about the way it went down. I see spiritually that the Orishas watched and they grieved because they could just watch. And so I do see them like protecting our ancestors on that boat. I see them protecting us over the boat, watching us being sold in sadness, knowing that we're leaving to go work for something else. I'm seeing a lot of Africans gladly willing to pass away or throw themselves into the ocean for better fulfillment, for better riches. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm seeing that. Ooh, I'm sorry I got quiet, y'all. There was Papa Lepa with this Three of Pentacles here. Clarify. So my question is, were we meant to be slaves? The energy looks like with this Three of Pentacles here, yeah. To work. This was very burdensome. Like a burden. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The Orishas watched us go forward with a lot of grief, a lot of sadness, a lot of anger. I'm seeing women being disrespected badly, betrayed, exposed. I'm also hearing the energy that I could say God didn't like the way the women were being treated. One second. Let me go grab this other deck. Sorry, I had to grab my other deck real quick. Get some more energy before I end my question. But yes, we were meant. I'm not gonna lie, God didn't like the way the women were being treated. It was time for change. I'm gonna be honest. I just seen the energy. A lot of women were being traded for something else. Now, what? I haven't figured it out yet, but it does have a lot to do with what the African men at the time, they didn't really, they didn't like how the women were doing, like, they, like, women to them were, they didn't like the oracles. They didn't like the oracles. I keep hearing oracles, but what I'm getting out of oracles is they didn't like the way women were kind of taking over, like, and I'm gonna say taking over as far as like spells. I'm not gonna say spells. It was more like rituals and connecting with earth and connecting with the moon and stuff like that, and doing light work energy, magic energy. They didn't like that. They thought it was weird. Take my phone off vibrator. They didn't like it. When the women were just working with the angels, working with the creator, working with divine, they didn't like the divine, the femininity. It's sort of giving me like how they, you know how the pilgrims, and it's giving me that energy of the Salem witch trials, how they didn't like how they thought all the women out there were witches and doing witchcraft. It's sort of like the same thing with the African men, but it's more like a jealous energy, so they wanted to get rid of those women. That's what I'm seeing. The Orishas was not feeling it, especially Ogun. There's something about Ogun right here who was sad, emotionally mad, spiritually trying to get rid of these people, spiritually trying to warn the ancestors, sad about the boat, watching the betrayal. Wow. Let me jump into my next question. Let me move this out the way. Give me the energy of slavery. What was the energy? What was the energy going around during slavery? Once our ancestors got to the colonies, which was 1750, from 1750 to 1864. Let me just get all, like, the energy from all of it. I really don't want to feel it. Angels, can I just get it in the cards? Oh, look at my reach. Like, oh my God. Shango. 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 I'm gonna be so honest I'm gonna be so honest with y'all. I'm trying to get a happy mood, y'all, because I don't want to get annoyed. But I want to pull more cards out, but my spirits are telling me to stop. They're telling me to stop right there, and pull other cards out. I want to pull these out so bad, Spirit, but I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna sit them to the side. Look at the back of the deck, though. I will say that. Look at the back of the deck. 8 of Swords. No way out. Nothing but bodies. Trapped. Hot. Heat. And I'm glad they made it like the animals instead of people, because this would look horrible if it was like people. Trapment, y'all. Nothing but DEATHS. Smoke. Heat. Yeah. All right. The first card I get is the 5 of Cups. This is the 5 of Cups in the Tarot, but this is my Orisha deck. I do see during that time, I see a lot of slaves jumping off the boat, committing that, taking their own, transitioning their own life, trying to escape. I see a lot of runaways, of course. It may sound like I'm talking like I'm in the movies, but I'm looking dead at this card. I'm gonna pull out more cards. I see hidden. I see entrapment. It's pretty bad. Shango stands here because at the time, during these years from 1750 to 1864, there were a lot of men who were okay. I just seen Nat Turner in my third eye. But what I'm also hearing, and Wow. I was going to do a separate reading on Nat Turner, so I was hoping that that didn't come up, but it did. I just seen Nat Turner in my third eye. I do feel like with Nat Turner, I feel like Orisha, I just seen Shango and Yamaha surrounding him around the time that he did his rebellion. That just came, okay, that came out of nowhere. All right, thank you, Spirit. So I am seeing Nat Turner. I'm going to be honest, slaves. I'm going to be honest for my ancestor slaves, the reading during slavery. During this time of slavery, for a while, God was not with us. I'm going to write that down. Why was God not with us? That'll be my next question. Hold on, you guys. Let me write it down. Because I forget, and so I have to write down stuff. Why? That's my next question. He was watching, but he wasn't, like, listening. Let me put it like that. Keep in mind, my readings won't be like everybody else's. My readings is different. I am different anyway. So, it's supposed to be like that. It wasn't only Nat Turner. There was a lot of people who rebelled. A lot of people who was warriors. There was a lot of meditation. There was a lot of spiritual. So a lot of slaves fought spiritually with their ancestors and not physically. The ones who didn't do it physically. And y'all know what I mean when I say spiritually. A lot of witchcraft was done. So a lot of slaves got their masters back in different ways. They got them through witchcraft. They got them through voodoo. They got them through prayers. They got them through some our ancestors. I'm actually seeing the Orishas there helping us, giving us strength and all that. Let me pull some more cards. I'm gonna pull some more cards. A lot of people tried to escape. A lot of people drowned trying to escape. I'm also seeing a lot of people getting ate by like certain animals. I'm seeing through here alligators. Y'all don't see it, but I see it. I actually see it right there, but everybody can't see like I see. It was a struggle. It was a struggle between wanting to take your life or deal with it. And a lot of people deal with this spiritually. A lot of people took their physical body out of the situation and let their spirit take over. A lot of whippings, a lot of jails. These cards don't lie. You see how the enslaved prisoner came out. God was watching us. Now, if this was an uprate, I would have said that God was with us. We were protected. God watched, but he let it happen. And I'm about to ask why. There's a reason why. Okay? If you guys have any questions when it comes to slavery, the American slaves from 1750 to 1865, ask me in the comment section. I will write your questions down and I will come back and do another reading when it comes to this. This is the Hanged Man next to the Five of Cups. It was like, you know, it kills me. It takes me back to Kanye West when he was saying slaves had a choice. They had a choice whether they wanted to, like, take their own life or be a slave. So yes, that part is true. But he still gets on my nerves when he said that, because a lot of slaves didn't have a choice. I'm seeing a lot of slaves running away, getting caught up. This is the hangman. I mean, this is literally a sacrifice, literally a slave hanging. You know, these, I have to say allegedly because YouTube be tripping, but these videos are for alleged. These videos are for entertainment reasons. Everything I say on here is alleged, okay? And yeah, y'all know the deal. Y'all know the deal, okay? And please don't forget to hit the like button. You guys do not never hit the like button. Like, hit the like button. Hit the like button. All right. Literally, like, hanging. So I'm seeing a lot of runaways and them getting caught and them getting That is so crazy how the magician shows up in reverse. And it's not really in reverse. It's really, this is my vice versa. So if it was this way, that's great. But it's this way. It's like, and it's right next to God. This is the five of earth. God. I mean, like, it's like I said before, God was watching, but he wasn't ready to make a move yet. And then you notice how this tree of life is right here. So that's my next question I'm going to ask soon in a minute. This is the strength card, but it's the back of the strength card. And it shows that our ancestors, the slaves, even though they went through hell, because you see this right here, for some reason they were able to bear the pain. They found strength through this. And I feel like we know this because we hear this, but it's literally coming out in the cards. Let me pull some more energies around it. Shango, why are you here with this 4 of coins? I'm gonna get on that in a second. Well, freedom. Of course, they wanted freedom. Yeah, like I said, a lot of slaves, people like Shango and other warrior slaves, because there was a lot who were warriors, they actually meditated a lot. They connected with nature a lot of them. A lot of slaves were punished because they wanted to learn. A lot of them got whooped for trying to read and learn. All right, let me pull some more cards on it, and then I'm going to get to my next question. Like I said again, I'm not going to say that God wasn't with us, but he did watch. He watched. And so this was meant. I kind of want to know that I'm going to ask. I'm not going to ask in front of y'all. I'm going to make it a surprise. I'm going to ask that soon. All right. I mean, yeah, of course the slaves got penalized because when they ran away, they owners lost a lot of money. There was a lot of mental confliction. I'm not gonna lie. There was mental manipulation. There was mental, a lot. Like I said, people were turned against each other. People were mentally and then a lot of slaves mentally took themselves out their bodies. That keeps coming out. God, I'm gonna ask why, but it's already kind of telling me why a little bit. Why God didn't hear us? God heard the cries, but He didn't. He ignored them. But He was hearing our cries for a while. He was hearing our cries. We were exhausted. We were stressed out. Our blood cried out too. It wasn't just our literal tears. Our blood was crying out, and the crows were sent to it. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the reason why there was enslavement on black people is because of the arrogance. Because of their arrogance. Because of their poor leadership. Because of the way the women were treated. The Orishas they looked down on, not down, but they were looked down in sadness. They also were a little bit upset, particularly Ogun, upset about the way that the African men were treating the women. The reason why there were enslavement for people, because there was a lesson that needed to be learned for black people. Honestly, the lesson still hasn't been learned, but I'm going to jump off of that because I'm going to go back into in a minute. I'm going to jump back into a minute. I'm going to go back and jump in a minute into why this reading has me so stuck, y'all, because I don't I told y'all I don't do good at generals. I don't do good at generals. I'm not stuck, but I am stuck. I'm stuck on my questions and how to ask them. So please, get what y'all get out of this reading, and please leave me some questions to ask next time. In the meantime, I do have my questions, so let me get into it. This energy is really getting deep because, as usual, I'm getting a headache. This is going to be my next question. Why was God not with our ancestors during the slavery? Because God was watching, but why he didn't answer our cries right away? And let me say something real quick. In the spirit world, a year is a day. A year is a day to God. A year is a day. So we sitting here like, okay, our ancestors, they were in slavery from like 1750 to 1864. That's almost 300 years. And everybody's like, oh my God, that's a long time. And to God, that was 300 days. That was like a year to him. Okay, so why was God not hearing our cries? Okay. From my understanding, for what I'm looking at right here, is that God was trying to reach out to our ancestors for a while, and they were ignoring him. There was things that God wanted them to change that they didn't. And then it comes out again that God did not like the way y'all were treating y'all women. You guys were prospering and making success and being arrogant, being stingy. Most of all, y'all wasn't listening and hearing God. I mean, he knows that you guys wasn't perfect and he wanted you guys to grow and learn from y'all mistakes, but you guys wasn't trying to do it. And then your vibrations was always low. There's a lesson that we were supposed to learn and release from it, and I feel like they're still not, even now, our future generation is still not doing it. That's what I am seeing. All right, give me a little bit more energy around it. Oof. I got this fire card, and I've been feeling hot in my body since. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie, to the African ancestors, it was y'all ego. Y'all really challenged God. Y'all really thought that y'all were doing, y'all just wasn't listening to him. He been trying to give y'all messages. Y'all wasn't listening. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Y'all were getting blessed, and God was trying to reach out to y'all. Y'all literally turned y'all back to God. Y'all literally stopped showing him love. It always has something to do with it. Do with that. Always. The way y'all were treating the women has a lot to do with the way that y'all were treating the women who were connected to him. I feel like a lot of women were reaching out to God and doing rituals, just spiritual stuff, connected with the moon, doing moon energies, and y'all were determined to get rid of it. And I'm still seeing the energy of African men trying to trade their African women for something else. I'm still not seeing what it was. Maybe, I mean, the only thing I could think is the usual tobacco, rum, stuff like that. Maybe the African goddesses could tell me. I have one reason why I think, and I'm about to ask next. There was something about the way that y'all were treating the women. I'm not gonna lie. It was something about the way y'all were treating y'all women, and it has a lot to do with the oracle women. The women, like, because there were women kings. Y'all wasn't treating the women correctly. Y'all wasn't treating them like they're worth anything. Y'all wasn't treating them like they were supposed to be treated. A lot of them were trying to give you advice and give you wisdom. Y'all wasn't listening. Is there anything else they were doing, God, that made you like let it happen? Because I'm not gonna say because God didn't turn his back on y'all. He just watched it happen. The wheel of fortune is in reverse. It was just time for the universe was just giving you your wheel of luck, your karma, basically. This is karma for something. It was just y'all turn. Y'all stop doing love and compassion. It has to do with women. It has to do with women. So y'all were corrupting. Y'all were corrupting. Y'all wasn't treating women right. Y'all were corrupting, destroying, and God. And God came through and said it's time for purification. I'm gonna do another reading on this, but I'm actually gonna sit down and write some questions. Y'all were doing the women wrong. Y'all were getting rid of y'all shamans, y'all wisdoms, y'all oracles. I just keep hearing that. I keep hearing that. I'm just gonna ask my next question, and then I kind of want to jump back into the other energies that was going on during slavery, and then I'm going to end the reading here. I'm going to actually come back on this one. It's going to be a part 2, and I have some questions, some deeper questions. So this is my next question. I hope it doesn't offend anybody. It came to my head. It came to my head. It came to my head. Let me use this deck for this. I'm seeing, actually, Spirit is showing me a different deck. So let me get my ass up and listen. Hold on, y'all. All right. This is my next question. Over 2,000 years ago, the Egyptians had enslaved the Jewish people. Our ancestors are Egyptians, even though they don't want to admit it. The Egyptians today don't want to admit it. And I want to know, does it have anything to do with the Egyptians enslaving the Jewish people over 4,000 years ago? It's not necessarily telling me because the African people or the Egyptians enslaved the Jewish people. It's not telling me that's the reason why. It's telling me that these African kings out there were being disruptive rulers. They were being greedy. They were taking all the money. They were causing useless deaths. They were making they were disrupting their country, their state. And they sold us off, and that's what it looks like. That's actually what it looks like. They were leaving us hanging. It looks like they were trading. It looks like they wanted to trade. What were they trading, Spirit? What were they trading the women for? What were they trading the women besides rum and something is messing with my throat shot because my throat is burning like on fire. Besides rum, Archangel Michael, please show me. Please show my throat. What were they trading the women for? Okay, I'm gonna be honest. They call themselves trying to trade the women for like maybe an even trade. I'm seeing an even trade. Like, okay, we give you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be so honest. Some of the black kings and some of the black people there are in Africa. They was coming at the traders like, okay, well, we'll trade our women if you give us some of your women. Even trade, equal trade, a fair justice trade, right? And the reason why I'm gonna say women is because women came up earlier. This talks about the scale balance. Balance is something that's an equal trade. And so it's like if you trade our women, we'll trade with some of ours. And I feel like the white man said yes, but then lied to them, tricked them, sneaked, lied to them, and enslaved them and their women. I don't know what they thought, like the black people, y'all thought that they were going to give y'all some white women. They don't even want to give y'all white women right now. Like, they don't even want y'all messing with their women right now. Like, what? Are you kidding me? And so they never had they never had intentions on giving you your desire. So they came, they took you, they took your women, they took your riches, they took your babies, they stole it all. They imprisoned y'all, they entrapped y'all. McCourts don't lie. Alright. That looks like how that goes with women. It just looks like God didn't like the way y'all were treating y'all women, y'all oracles, y'all spiritual people. It looks like the Orishas was in great heavy sadness watching this happen. And it looks like the Orishas was disappointed with our African ancestors, to be honest. It looks like the Orishas, which are their ancestors, which is all our ancestors, were disappointed with how they were doing things, okay? And so, yeah. All right, let's jump back into, all right, before I jump back into that, I do have 2 questions that's been in my comments for a while. I'm going to answer them. I hope I have answered it. And then I'm going to talk a little bit more about slavery. And then I'm going to be back in part 2 with this because I want to write down some questions and ask some questions. 1 second, y'all. Let me see what the heck is going on with my throat. My throat. Sorry, y'all. I had to refresh my throat. My throat is tripping. All right. My first question was, well, the first comment I got from subscribers is, one question was the male race. Hold on. I want to make sure I read it out right. I thought I wrote it down right, but man. All right. I screenshot your question because I do move slow answering questions because I do a lot. I go to school, I work, I do a lot. All right. Somebody asked me, what is God going to do with the male race, particularly black men? Okay. So I won't look like, okay, they said particularly black men because another reader said the same thing about God being disappointed in the male race. I think I said that before too. And so it's good that I'm not the only reader out there that sees that. And it sounds like men are going to be punished for the bad behavior and low vibration. What did I just say earlier about vibration and behavior and shifting the power to women? Look, that was the issue before. That was the issue before, the women. And so it looks like another reader was saying the same thing I see. So let me answer your question. What is God going to do with the male race, particularly black men? I'm going to ask about that. And just so it doesn't look like I'm just kind of being weird, I'm going to ask about what he's going to do with white men, Asian men, Hispanic, Indians, and Jewish men too. We ain't going to just, so, all right. What is God going to do about the male race, particularly black men? Those two cards flipped over like that, but we're gonna read those last. We're gonna see what come out first. What I will say out those two cards is they're going to God is going to start slowly taking resources. What is God going to do particularly with black men? We're gonna start off with that. Whoa. All right, let me pull one more. All right. So, at first the cards didn't look crazy. It didn't look crazy. It does. I mean, Ace of Swords is kind of like no clarity, no truth, no lying. One thing I will say what God is tired about when it comes to black men is the the not being honest, lying, not protecting their families. A lot of black guys, the Ace of Swords talks about protection. It talks about guarding. It talks about clarity. It talks about communication. It also talks about being honest, whether you're a liar or telling the truth. This is in reverse. So one thing God is tired of is black men lying. He's tired of y'all not protecting your families. He's tired of y'all leaving y'all families. He wants y'all to reverse that and not leave your families, okay? He wants you guys to be optimistic, to be open, to keep your faith when it comes to being there and providing and protecting for your families. A lot of you guys don't, okay? The Hermit is here with the Hangman. So I will say another thing when it comes to the male race is a lot of you guys don't have faith. A lot of you guys like to stay in. A lot of you guys don't want to get out and work for what you desire. Because the Hermit talks about staying in the house, not getting out, staying in the dark, staying hidden. A lot of you guys sacrifice yourselves. When I see the Hangman, I'm seeing black men taking each other's lives, putting your families on hold. A lot of black men having women rescuing them, taking care of them, saving them and picking them up out of trouble, and it's supposed to be the opposite way. A lot of you guys need to make better choices when it comes to your opportunities. A lot of you guys are not being providers when it comes to your women and your families. You guys are just like shifting and leaving. When I get the Fool with the Ace of Wands, it does talk usually about jumping into a new opportunity with a creative idea and a passion for it. But this is opposite in this reading. This is talking about black men rushing in and like creating families with this Queen of Pentacles in reverse and leaving them and starting new ones, thinking they will have a better journey with the next family, or optimistic about making a better family. Okay, a lot of black men, and there's some black men out there that got money and still don't want to take care of their kids too. That's what God is saying too. Okay, let's get this Orisha deck on that. What is God going to do with the black male race? What is he going to do with the black male race? The Four of Swords is here, so I'm not gonna lie. If y'all don't start protecting and being there, stop abandoning your families, not being protectors and providers for your wives, a lot of you guys are going to be shut down. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say y'all gonna transition. That's not my job to say. But what I will say is you're going to be silent, not heard from. What is to come for the male race, particularly black men? God is watching y'all. He says that you guys are selfish. Y'all like to hold on to all y'all money. Y'all like to hold on. Y'all selfish with y'all money. Y'all selfish with y'all emotions. Y'all selfish with y'all mental stability. And you're selfish with your financial stability. He wants you guys to work. Okay? Work. A lot of you guys need to get out there. It says in the Bible that men have to work. Okay? A man that works will bring in profit and prosper. Okay? When he gets old, he will be able to rest and live off his work and his prospers. You know, I'm not saying it exactly like the Bible because it's ancient. I'm saying it in a modern way. Okay, but same way, but just modern. Okay. Oh Lord. Okay, y'all know that's the devil in the tarot, right? So you guys are selfish and only think about yourselves. You work hard and you just run off with the money to yourselves. You're everything the devil can think of. Look, I ain't trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. Is this like God? Okay. Because I'm trying to, I get quiet because I feel like I have to watch my words. And I don't want people getting mad at me. Especially if you're a black man and you watching this. I don't want you to get mad at me. To God, y'all got personalities like the devil. Deceiving, manipulative, abandonment, selfish, vain, arrogant, cocky, ego up to the ceiling. Everything that associates with him. Disease. Do I need to get into detail? It's it's right there. Like, and so this is the energy that y'all have. Okay, God, give me some more messages when it comes. I'm gonna pull 3 more cards and then I'm gonna get on the next question that was sent to me. Okay, God is saying that black man, I have to change things because you have to remember you have to play your part. Okay, a lot of you guys have cowardly energies and then you run. A lot of you guys have feminine energies and then you run. God didn't make you feminine. God is able to help you. You have to call on him. But God wants you to help yourself. That has a lot to do with free will, and it has a lot to do with what I said in the Bible. That men have to work the ground to the sweat of their brow to feed themselves and their families. When God made Adam and Eve, he wasn't telling Eve that. He didn't have Eve sitting there working her sweat to the brow. He had man doing it. What did he have Eve doing? Sitting at home being feminine and supposed to be protected, provided, and taken care of, okay? You have to help God help yourself by pushing yourself, being determined and motivated. So God feels like, black man, you guys are not motivated. You're not determined. You don't push yourself. And you guys, and then when you do get a little something, you run off. You don't think about your communities. You don't think about women. And so God sees y'all in devil energy. He feels like y'all are the devil. And he knows you're not, because he made you, but he knows that you're letting him work with you. He know. I see 12:12 while I'm reading. Thank you, angels. He knows that y'all let him get to you. He knows that y'all work with him. You know, y'all don't call on him. Y'all don't ask for his help. Black men, a lot of black men, if you're watching my channel, you want to change, you are being advised by God himself to work with Archangel Raphael, because a lot of you guys have your hearts blocked. A lot of black men need to work on their heart chakras. Orisha Shango surrounds, the Orisha Shango tries to work with a lot of you black men, and y'all don't notice it. I would encourage a lot of black men to work with Shango. He is the African warrior. He's not just the African warrior. He's very charming. He's very handsome. He's a provider. He teaches you how to do like the qualities that a man should have to take care of himself. Some men give up on themselves. To be dapper, to be prestige. Y'all have to work with him. I'm gonna come back and do a future reading on this. You guys, men, y'all let a minor setback get to y'all, and y'all don't. A minor setback can happen in y'all life, and y'all get dramatic and just think it's all over, and y'all just don't understand that it's a minor setback and to keep going. You sit down and stay down. A lot of black men don't smile enough. God wants y'all to smile more. Men, y'all have to value yourselves too. God also wants y'all to start valuing y'all mothers and treating them with more respect. A lot of black men don't respect their mothers. And to smile more. So I'm going to stop there with that. I hope I answered that question. It is a lot more information with that, to be honest, but I've already been on here too long. Let me get to the next question. The next question that was asked by somebody in my comments. Remember, you guys, if you guys are watching this video, I know it's pretty long, but just try to watch it and leave me a question under the comments. I'm going to write it down. I will do an update on this before this week is over, and I will ask your questions, okay? Somebody else asked me about the future of racism. Will the future of racism end? Will there be another Black Lives Movement? Will there be another Martin Luther King? Now, I agree with everything you're talking about except for Black Lives Matter movement. I'm sorry, I can't get with the Black Lives Matter movement. They're cricket, they full of mess. It just, what that girl did, what they did, it just shows the reason why black people got issues now. Why black people can't be trusted. Why any type of movement they make is full of it. The civil rights movement was only made because a lot of black men wanted to have the equal rights to sleep with white women just like white men can. That's all. I mean, and to be honest, I could sound mean, but we've been doing the what is it called? The NAACP, and we still in the same position, okay? So, like, I'm over that Black Lives Matter movement. But I will say, what does God have to say about them and to them? I will answer that. So, first, let's start with the future of racism. Will the future of racism end? It's a mental thing, so I don't see it ending right now. It's not going to end because it's mental. Okay, this is something, it's sort of like that Willie Lynch letter that he made, and he said that if we want to mentally and emotionally break the black man down, we have to do this. We have to do this. It starts with the mind. We have to manipulate them. We have to make them turn against each other. Just all kind of stuff, right? And it seems like it's that same thing with racism. This is something that has been brainwashed in their, like, white people, their ancestors, and their children's children has brainwashed this in them, and so it's a trapment. So no. Another reason why I feel like it's not about to end, I feel like if it does end, it will be like, I'm gonna ask that, but I know one reason why I see it's not going to end. The only way it's going to end is if in a lot of blood. To be honest, that's the only way it's going to end. That's the best answer I could say. It's not going to end. And it has a lot, I'm not going to lie, when I pulled this card out, I seen nothing but a white man. It has a lot to do with white men feeling like if we let racism go, our money will be funny. Okay? They don't want their money to be funny. They feel like they will get broke. They don't want to have to equally share. Okay? They don't want to have to equally give anything, financially, anything. White people are people that's racist. They do feel like it would be a unbalance in the world if everybody is equal. That's weird as hell, but that's what I'm seeing. Yeah. I feel like with both sides, I feel like there is an arrogancy that's not going to let it in, and there is a lot of mental behind it. So I see mentally people always in other people's ear like it doesn't look right, it looks distasteful. And then I see, yeah, I just don't, to answer your question, I don't see it ending. In fact, to be honest, I see it getting worse. I see more brainwash. They just feel like if we try to make this equal, it will be a domino effect on the world financially. Why? I don't know. I do know why, but I really don't feel like getting into details. One reason why I will say that other races don't care for black men is because they don't like the way that black men treat and do their women. They don't like the way black men abandon their families. This is the Empress. This talks about a woman that's pregnant, but that's not happy, that's in distress, that's not satisfied, that doesn't feel confident, who doesn't feel beautiful. All this happens from being like hurt, abandoned, left to be a single mother. They don't want to pick up, one thing I'm seeing is they're tired of financially picking up the pieces from black men that abandon their families, because the first thing the women do is go in the county office, the financial welfare office. So they feel like they're already paying for your abandonment. They feel like you're not good with money. They feel like y'all don't have, like, black men don't have wisdom, that black men don't bring in no offers. They don't work. They're lazy. They don't bring in any money. They don't try. They don't bring in stability for their families. They bring in that cup, nothing. And so I don't see it ending, because they feel, one reason is because they feel like black men don't have like respect is earned, not given. That's one thing they saying. And they feel like it will mess up the balance of things financially. Which, to be honest, to the white man, it's already messing up, whether you racist or not, because y'all feel like, and it's kind of true, a lot of black men do abandon their families. They say it's more white people in the welfare office and borrowing money from the government more than black people. White people borrow money from the government in a different way. They do it as far as like LLCs and business, and they do it different ways. It's still government money, you know, so that's how I see it. But no, it's not about to end. Not right now. Not while we living. It's not going to happen while we living. So I'm gonna say the next 50 years you're still gonna see it. I'm not gonna. It could be 100. I'm actually feeling like it will be 100 years. It's still gonna be racism, but I'm gonna just say 50 because I definitely won't be here in 50 years. I might though. I won't be 100, so I might. I might. Okay. The Black Lives Matter. Will there be another Black Lives Matter moment? Girl, I don't even like Black Lives Matter, but let's ask whoever. Like, it was a woman that asked me that. No. I mean, it could be another one. They're talking about it, but who gonna put up the money? No. The reason why I say it's not gonna be another one is because they're not doing right with the money. Yes, our black men are dying. Yes, but you guys are not financially helping these black people, these black mothers. Y'all not helping them. Y'all working hard and pleasing yourselves. Get two more. Yeah, look, Black Lives Matter is doing foolish things. They're doing foolish things. Another reason why people are not going to put into Black Lives Matter is because the same word, I'm going to say it again, they feel like black men are reckless. They do reckless, crazy things to get their own lives taken, to get their own self in trouble. They make the craziest, foolish choices. They're always flashy. They'll use all their money on $300-400 pair of Jordans with no insurance, no life insurance, no deductible on the house. Girl, I could go there. They feel like y'all make foolish decisions with money. Whoever was in charge of Black Lives Matter, of course, they wasn't putting the money into the families and the people. Like, some of these people who passed away, these black people who passed away in this movement or just in general, they didn't have life insurance for their families and stuff. And Black Lives Matter was making a lot of money, and they was not helping these families. See? Ace of Swords, lying. Not helping the people. I don't see another Black Life. I'm not going to say I don't see it, but the next Black Lives, if they do another Black Lives Matter movement, it will be crooked. It will be crooked. And there's a woman who's behind it that's crooked. There's a woman. Yep, there's a woman. And they're not, whoever this woman is, she took all the money for herself, but she didn't do nothing. She didn't do right with it. So it's like she took all the money for herself and she still didn't use it right. I can see if she took it for herself and she living lavish and stuff, but she still didn't invest it right. And she probably is living lavish with this Nine of Pentacles here, but like, it's a guilty feel behind it. There is a distrust and dishonor feeling behind it. It's not ladylike. You are looked upon as disgusted and like you lazy. You don't have nothing to offer. Like, judgment. No popularity. Oh my God, no options. Bad luck. I don't see another Black Lives Matter movement. Black Lives Matter movement can't be trusted with this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune to me is God. That's God literally sitting here saying, nope, 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 never again. All right. Last question, and then I'm going to end it here. Please don't forget to ask me your questions in the comments. And I will be doing part 2 on this. I will be doing part 2 this week. The American slaves during slavery. The American slaves during slavery. All right, so the next question is, will there be another Martin Luther King? I know I talked about Nat Turner earlier. He kind of came out, but I wanted to wait because I wanted to do a reading on Nat Turner personally. I don't think there'll be another Martin Luther King. No. Will there be another Martin Luther King? No, there won't. There really hasn't been any black man with a personality in Martin Luther King since he's been here. And since he's left. There isn't really having, even Obama was the closest, right? But even he don't have the personality of Martin Luther King. So no, with the Magician in reverse, there's not going to be another Martin Luther King. If there was, they would try to figure out a way to, I don't know. I can't, well, If he was, he wouldn't be popular. He wouldn't be popular. There wouldn't be recognition. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of black people are not being taken serious in this spread. So if there was a Martin Luther King, it'd be just like that Boondocks episode, for real. The Judgment in reverse with the 3 of Wands, the 6 of Wands in reverse, the Queen of Wands in reverse. There's nobody confident enough to even try to do it. Nope. Nope. I will say, I feel like Martin Luther King just kind of showed up a little bit. Alright, let me react. There is an energy of Martin Luther King feeling like this sacrifice he did was not worth it. Let me ask again. Martin Luther King, the energy of Martin Luther King, Archangel Michael, guide me. How does Martin Luther King feel about Black Lives Matter, black men in general in today's society? No, there will not be another Martin Luther King. No. Just like there will never be another Messiah. Not on earth. Nope. I don't see that Martin Luther King has a big issue with how black men are in today's society. He just feels like you guys need to open up more mentally, communicate and be more open about what's in your mind. He feels like y'all are lazy though. He does feel like y'all lazy and y'all don't work hard. Y'all are very arrogant, but I still don't see a horrible energy. I don't see a horrible energy. He just feels like y'all need to be open-minded. If y'all get out y'all head and be more open-minded to things and work, a lot of y'all need to go to get y'all mental health checked. Get your mental health in order. That's his message. He says a lot of y'all need to work on y'all anxieties and y'all fears. And a lot of y'all don't need to be afraid to go out and hustle and get the money. Because a lot of y'all, he's literally saying a lot of y'all are lazy. The Fool came out. The Fool card hit the floor in reverse. So his energy is starting to come out like, okay, man, y'all be making some foolish decisions. Y'all don't even think before y'all do things. Y'all don't take a leap of faith. Y'all don't try hard. His energy is coming out like y'all don't like to go and adventure and create things. Y'all just like to be stuck. Y'all don't like to look and see where the other opportunities that's in front of y'all. One thing happens in y'all life and then y'all just say F it and give up. Y'all need to change. Y'all need to stop being lazy. Look, it came out again. So one thing I will say that Martin Luther King is saying very, very strong, very, very strong, is that y'all are lazy. Black men, y'all are lazy. Y'all give up quick. Y'all make foolish decisions. Y'all need to get mental health. Y'all need to get counseling. Y'all need to stop giving up. Y'all need to adventure out more. Y'all need to stop being arrogant. Stop, get rid of the ego, okay? Stuff like that. So, look, I'm going to do a part 2 because this video's been 1 hour and 13 minutes. And please don't forget your questions. I'm going to write down a couple of questions myself. I'm going to talk about, the American slaves doing slavery a little more. And I will see y'all in the next video. Good day.